Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. This is a special one because I'm bringing you a video on this road to becoming a millionaire series, but I'm going to teach you guys how to learn the charts, learn how to read chart analysis. It's super important for anyone, whether you've been in this space for 2 years or 3 months, 6 years, and you don't understand charts. This is going to be one of them super simple guides to help you understand how to learn chart reading so you can move this crypto like a boss. If it sounds interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Before I go any further, I need to let you know, this is not financial advice. Please do your further research before you invest your money, if you invest your money. Anyway, so charts. I think it's really important to be able to look at things like this and understand what's going on. And I'm going to make it clean and simple. I tried to teach my mum about charts. I was trying to tell her, you need to learn charts. I'd be like, Mummy. She'd be like, what is it? Mummy, you need to learn charts. She'd be like, I'm not chanting today. It is not Sunday, oh. No, Mummy, not chant. I can't get out. Not chant, chart. I'm not chatting to nobody. I'm watching my Britain's Got Talent. Just, okay, Mummy. Listen, don't try to tell your mum about charts. If she's half Nigerian like mine. So when it comes to chart reading, especially if you are a long-term investor like me, you want to look at the longer time frame. I'm going to show you how to set this up, and I think you really should learn to read charts. And this is going to be super simple. Come over to tradingview.com. Once you sign up, you'll see a page that looks like this. And if you click on products, you can click on the charts. And then you can set it up, and then it will come up looking something like this. We're going to use Sandbox for this example on reading charts, because if you haven't seen my road to becoming a millionaire, got something in my eye. I show you 10 coins that we add in a portfolio, which will set us up for greatness in the future. And we got a basket of like blue chip tokens, cryptos, which are like the higher up tiers, top 10s and top 15, 20s, whatnot. We've got mid caps and we've got low caps. And I also want to give you an update on the Excel sheet. Nothing's changed since the last video, but just remind people of what we're doing here, because the last thing we spoke about was staking, because the majority of the tokens that I showed you can stake for passive income. That's in there now. So if you haven't got the latest update, make sure you get it. It'll be in the link in this section. Also, we're going to take a look at some prices as well as to how the chart our things going in, because I put these coins into THETA app as a portfolio. So I could show you where we were in relation to the chart and our portfolio. So if you was following this green line. This green line here, because I said to people, start off with, I'm going to get back to the charts, okay? Real quick, just recap. I said to you guys, start off with this green line. Once you hit this target, great. That will work out. You spent about £2,400 investment. It's a bit more than what most people can probably afford average, but I think you should really try and stretch to accumulate this amount. Take your time. Don't rush, once you get there. And then, you can go further from there to the blue line and then the red line. So right now, if you're following the green line, at the time I'm recording this, over a month, you're up £391. The portfolio says 2,874, and that was based on buying at these original prices here. If it falls below these prices and you can see prices cheaper than this, fantastic. See it as a great opportunity to dollar cost average and buy some more, stock up. Let's take a look at the blue one now. So, if you've managed to reach this line and you're now in this accumulation goal here, where you're accumulating all of this line here, this is what it looks like. So you would have spent around £14,848. It says you're up £2,904 over the month, which is good. So, that's what we like to see. And then if you have a look over here on the excess goal, according to this, let me just grab up, got a photo there so you can see it. I'm trying to find it on here as well. You would have invested roughly 7,000 had you be going for, because I said to you, this is a full portfolio. You start with the green. Once you hit the green, go for the blue. Once you've hit the blue, go for the red. And then obviously as total, you would have had this full amount. But I also said you can treat them like single portfolios, meaning that if you don't want to go for the blue, if you don't want to go for the red, but you're happy with just accumulating, the green, and you're happy accumulating this full red line, you would have spent 7,000 as a total of investment. And right now it says you're about £1,297 up at the time of, recording this video. So that's just that. Let's just quickly go over to the charts now, because I think it really is important. Let's find it. So, hold on, before I get there, this one here. So the sandbox right now is at £1.11. I think that in the long term, we're going to see huge moves up for the sandbox. I think it's going to go back to all-time highs, which was £6. I think it's about £6 in British pounds. Fit 563 there, but if you look over here, all-time high, £6.29. And the reason I'm showing you this, so before we start the analysis, you can, look at the prices of where we are now and then understand how the analysis works. So once you've downloaded it, like I said, it will look something like this. You click on products, you click charts, and then once you're in a page that looks like this, it might not show the sandbox chart. So how do you get it up? Sweating like a boss or a pig. At the top left here, you can click on this and you can search SAND, S-A-N-D. And I recommend you do it. Look at Binance, the Binance one for Tether, the top one. This one's a good one to go on because that's the one that I've got. It's basically sandbox against Tether. When people are trading, they're using Tether to buy sand, and that seems to be quite accurate in relation to price. It would actually just look something like this. But you need to get up the two key significant indicators, which is the RSI and the Stochastic RSI. And this is where you go to indicators up here. You click on this and then you can search RSI. Once you've found that, you click on the relative strength index, and then you also click on Stochastic RSI, this one here. And once you've done that, it will look something like this. Now, if it's not the exact same colors, that's fine. You can change them to however you want. But as long as you see the RSI and the Stochastic RSI, you'll have something similar to what I have on my screen, right? Now, let me teach you about the RSI. For those that are new and have never traded before and you really want to learn how to trade like a boss, do what these day traders do. The only difference between investors and day traders is in day traders, they do it on a short time frame. So, they change this to the hourly or the 4 hours or the daily. Whereas when you're a long-term investor, you want to look further down the line. You want to have a big time gap. Like, I'm looking at a longer time frame, weekly time frame to a monthly time frame. Sometimes I go on the daily, but it's mostly the weekly that I really pay attention to, and the monthly. The reason being because you can catch them long, big moves. Like right now, I think everything's incredibly cheap. So cheap, in fact, that the last time we was this low in the sandbox's full in relation to like sell-off and stuff was right back here, and it wasn't even that low before. We're talking 2020. So December the 28th, 2020 was the last time we saw sandbox this low on the RSI, and you can see it over here. I've done a circle line so you can see what I'm talking about, where the purple was really low. And this is a significant thing to look at because it matches up with the price. Now, I'm going to bring the Stochastic RSI in a minute. Just focus on the RSI. So I look for the purple line to break the yellow line. You should have a yellow line on yours. If you don't, fine. But it should have updated it so you can get this yellow line. And I look for this break. I look for the purple line to come and break above the yellow line. So then we see this huge buy pressure coming in. That means people are starting to buy the sandbox, and it makes sense because you can see it. Like, for example, this purple line going up and up and up, it's breaking out of this dotted line, which is this sort of mauve purple zone, which shows that it's now becoming overbought, and that matches up to the price over here. Look, because if you look at these candle bars, that's what this is. The green candles are people buying, the red candles are people selling, and I'm just doing a percentage measurement just to show you how much it pumped in percent. This is a big pump. This isn't some silly little quick 20% pump. You're talking it when you saw this break on the weekly time frame, it pumped 2,414%. Massive gains. You're talking 20x, 24. Is that right? Yeah, because 100% is double your money. You're talking 24 times your money back just in that segment highlighted. And this is why I go for the long time frame and do the long-term investments rather than day trading. Don't get me wrong, day trading is great. I've seen many people change their lives from day trading, but it's very high risk and you could lose your money. This is why it's great to invest long-term. People make most of their money when they invest long term, and that's what I'm trying to show you here in the charts. So we're looking for the purple line to cross with the yellow. That's a great time to be, buying. If it's anywhere under the yellow line, it's a great time to be buying in my eyes. And when it gets up here, take a look at the RSI as well, because we have numbers on the right hand side. So back in 2020, I'm just going to draw a line so you can see, right? And I'm going to make this line yellow so you know which line, which area I'm on about. So when it was low down here before, it was sitting on, I don't know if you can see it, it says 40. I don't know if you can see it, it says number 40. Maybe my head's in the way. Let me see if I can drag it up a bit. 40. And that's how low it went before. So now the Sandbox's RSI is saying it's at 34. It's lower than what it was back in 2020. So I know that this is an incredibly good buy, because it's basically saying it's oversold. And when you stretch it in, well, it's not incredibly oversold. It has to come underneath these dotted lines, this sort of like purplish mauve area to be confirmed as oversold. But this is as oversold as it's been on a weekly time frame for a long period of time. And this is why I think it's a good buy, because I've been waiting for, again, the purple line to cross the yellow. And take a look at what's happened in the future. Look, what's happened is it's broke this yellow line. So now there's a very high chance that I could see something happen like what happened in the past, like a huge spike up like this, buy power come in and people buy. If that's the case, where am I looking to sell? Well, I would be looking to sell around how high it went before in the RSI, and it got oversold around about here, the 87 level. So when I see this purple line come up to the 87-ish level, that could be a good signal to maybe take some of my Sandbox and sell it off for some profit. Like I said, it went up to 2,414 before. Well, it's not accurate there. About 2,000. Did I say 2,414? Let's get it right from the bottom. I'm going to measure it right from this, literally the break of here. So right here to here. It was about 2,414. It's changing. Even still, I don't know if we're going to see that again. But even if it did like 100% pump, or 10% of that, which is 241% pump, what kind of prices would you see, or would we see, if the Sandbox from now pumps 240%? Forget the 2,000, 240%. We're looking to come right up here to near enough where it was before. That's 249. You're talking a $4.45, and that's being very realistic. I'm not going overboard saying, it's going to do a 2,000% pump again. I'm saying 10% of it. It might do more than that. Matter of fact, I know it's going to do more than that in the future, because of the projects and the partnerships and everything that it's got going on in the project, the Sandbox project. So people use these charts to try and find best times to buy. And the best times for me personally, I believe, to buy is when the purple line on the RSI is, way low below this yellow line. These are the, it also shows trend reversals, like, it's coming down. It means prices are going to sell off because people are selling, so that's why it's good to use the RSI. When you add the stochastic RSI with this, it becomes really powerful. Why? Because this is like your momentum. This is like, it talks about buy pressure coming in and sell pressure, and what's the momentum doing? So here's another final example. When we go back to this first one here, where the purple line crossed with the yellow line, and I hope you're with me so far. If you are, drop that like, give me a subscribe. You can see that there was, right down here, we had the blue line and the yellow line on the stochastic RSI. This one down here, right? I'm going to make it big so you can see for a second, so you know what I'm dealing with. And what we look for in these is, we look for the switch, which is where the blue line goes on top of this reddy orange line, because that means that the buy pressure is about to come in. And when we see the blue line go underneath and the red line is on top coming down, that's sell pressure. That means it's starting to sell. And you can see in this wave, look, it's buying, selling, buying, selling. And that's all we're looking for. But when you add it with the RSI, it is really powerful, because not only do you see if prices are oversold or overbought, you can see what kind of pressure is coming in. Is there buy momentum? Is there sell momentum? And that's what you saw here. You saw buy momentum coming in on the stochastic RSI. I'm going to make it bigger, because you can see the blue line crossed the red line, it came straight up, and we saw this purple line come up, and that signaled, you know, the price was coming up as well. And that's what we look for. Same when we see price action come down. If you look at the price of Sandbox up here, you can see prices coming down. Look, the RSI has come down. It's broke the yellow line on the RSI. The purple line's coming down. Take a look at the stochastic RSI. People are now starting to sell. We've seen a cross with the red and the blue on the RSI, a stochastic RSI here, and the blue and the red lines are coming down, you see. And obviously this has a zone area as well, which means if it's anything under these dotted lines here, that's classed as, you know, sell pressure. Like it's like exhausted. This is as low, you know, we're in the low parts of being sold. Too much selling has happened. It's just exhausted, and now there's a chance that it could at some point start to turn around and buy pressure come back. And that works the same thing with when it comes, you know, peaks at the top. If it peaks over the top, too much buy pressure, it needs to cool off. So that's what we're using these for, and these are powerful indicators to use. You can use these on the daily time frames as well. And, you know, and I'm pretty sure traders, day traders do that. You know, you've got swing traders as well. Swing traders mainly focus on doing it, you know, weekly, monthly. They just look for those, you know, and it doesn't matter if it's going up or down, they just swing trade it. Some people short the market. But I like to look at it as a weekly thing or a monthly thing, because if you're looking at it on these time frames, this is where you're going to make most of your money. So right now, you know, today, as it stands, we're seeing the stochastic RSI down here. Look how powerful this is. There's going to be some buy pressure coming in. You can't see it now because these are like, you've got to remember, the week's going to take time to unfold. Because if you're looking on the hour time frame, it's happening then and there through the day, right? But if you're looking on the daily time frame, it'll take a day to play out. But the weekly is going to take a, you know, buy come next week. I know it's sitting on $1.34 now. It's very likely we might see this sitting, you know, rising, coming up towards $1.80, $2, because we've got buy pressure coming in. The momentum is so much buy coming up. This has broke this, you know, this yellow line here, which also signals that we could see a huge spike up in price for the Sandbox. So if and the way I see it is, if I've someone that's dollar cost averaging, now's a great, you know, not investment advice, now's a great time for me to just keep buying sand as much as I can, because I would rather buy it at $1.34 instead of buying it at $6, $7. And that's what's going to happen. You don't realize it right now, but weeks will go by and you'll see it at like $3. Another few weeks go by, it's at $6 again. And you're like, I wish I bought. Why didn't I know when to buy it? Well, now you know when to buy. You know when to buy because you're looking at this chart. It's clean, it's simple, and you know you can decide where you want to buy just by looking at these lines. You don't even need the white lines and this gold line that I'm doing. If you want to put these lines on that I'm doing, you can hold that. If you've got a laptop, you can hold ALT or Windows. You can hold ALT where you hover over the RSI area. You hold ALT and tap the letter H. Is it H? I'm saying H. Yeah. So you hold ALT and press H. I'm guessing on a Mac, whatever ALT is it Command? I don't know. And then you press H, and that does horizontal line. Horizontal. And if you wanted to do a vertical line, I suppose it's the same thing. You hold ALT and tap V for vertical, and that's how you put these lines on. So, you know, these lines are good to have when you're trying to find like a base support. So, for example, when I look at the price over here, I can see that there's been some, you know, movement here in the price, and you know the price fell down. Sandbox, look at where it fell to. It fell to this area here. So I would hold ALT and press H and make a line, straight line across, because it shows that it was using it as support. There was a lot of support in this area, and you can see, you know, it got rejected, you know, bounced above, held support, bounced above, fell down, held support. So that's why we use these you can class it as a trend line if you like. Just, you know, trying to find where the price is holding support and how low prices have been before in the RSI and things like that. So guys, hopefully this was clean and simple for you. Go back on this video and, you know, hopefully you can learn a bit more on this and it's helped you on your journey. If you want to change the time frame, you click on here, it says W. Yours might say 1 day or 1 week, I don't know, but you can click on where it says up here and then, you know, select which time frame you want. If you are investing, and I believe you are investing if you're watching this video, you want to, you know, stick to the weekly. It's very fine and well looking at the daily time frame, but you want those big gains. You're long term. You're not here for these little short, oh, it's pumped to £2, let me take like 50% of my money back. Nah, you want those 100Xs. And that's what we're doing. We're waiting for these 100x gains, 50x, even a 20x is nice. But you find that on these weekly timeframes, because this is going to take a good few weeks to play out to come up here again. When it reaches this high again, and I'm going to keep you up to date on this, when this purple line comes up here, the RSI, Sandbox could be sitting at a high price. I mean, you can trade it day in and day out if you like, catch the swings, but I'm interested in taking profits when it's, really had a good pump. That's what this is about. So let's see what happens. If you like this, drop that like, give me a subscribe if you're new watching. This is the very first, technical analysis tutorial of many to come in this series. You don't want to miss this series. Make sure you drop that like, give me a subscribe if you are new, and even if you've been watching my channel, stick around for this one, because I'm going to bring you more indicators that I use to show you how to set it up, show you how clean and simple you can make money on this. You can seriously make money by learning these charts. So, and if you want to become a patron, because they see this stuff first, I got 7 tiers. Let me just grab it up. I've got a Patreon thing now. I don't know if it's the correct thing. I got 7 tiers. Take your pick. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier. I see people coming in. Welcome. Hello. Big up to you. Listen, if you want, you can go as low as £1. But whatever you can afford, you're not forced into doing this. It's just if you want that little bit more and you want to see videos before they come on YouTube, this is helping them. I'm guiding them. They're knowing exactly when I'm buying, when I'm selling, especially if you've got this exclusive VIP partner tier. And then I've got a tier above that gives you my super alerts. Have I got my super alerts? Here we go. And this gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. And in there, I'm talking to them about things way before I buy, way before I sell. We're discussing projects, and there's big money in this space that knows how to make money. Right, and they're sharing great projects all the time. That's all I'm saying. Guys, thank you for watching. Check it out. Link is in my info section on all my videos. I'm saying more. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.